Hey buds, welcome back to another video presented to you by the Happy Chart Programming Channel. In today's video, we are going to present to you a unique program that solves a really interesting real-world problem. So the problem is that all of us, we are stuck in this coronavirus days where nobody can dare venture into grocery stores or any other store for that matter. But we all need food, so we got to go to groceries, right? Anyways, so a lot of my friends are talking about this fear that they have of going to the grocery store. So they're trying to log into their websites and make reservations for grocery store pickups. But with so many people trying to log in, the websites are all getting backed up. So they are getting frustrated because they have to go try the websites again and again and again. So what we are presenting today, we are presenting a Python program which will solve this problem. This program automatically makes reservations for grocery store pickups, and I hope you all like it. So without further ado, let me bring back our wonderful Bud here. Hey Bud, welcome back.
Hello.
So what do we do? How do we start here?
First, we're going to show you this program running, and let's do that.
Oh, okay.
So let me just run this.
So here's the runtime render.
There we go. It's going to log into HEB, which is our local grocery store.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. It's filling out the email and the password for the account.
Yep.
And what does it do here?
From there, it's going to change the store for the curbside pickup.
I see. So there it goes. It fills in the zip code and it fills out. Oh, it gets information for the local grocery store. It's got.
Okay, so once this program is finished, it actually sends me an email of the status. So if it reserved a slot or not.
I see.
I'm going to go to my Gmail and see if it emailed me anything.
Awesome. So if it finds an available slot, it'll optionally book it for you and send an email.
Yep.
And it'll send some proof, or it'll send a screenshot or something of the page.
Yeah.
I see. What if it doesn't find anything? What if all the day's slots are already booked?
Then it will just tell you that it couldn't find anything.
I see. But it will still send you an email back?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. Very good.
So as you can see, I got an email from myself because that's how we're running it right now. It says, "Hi, I have booked a slot for April 17th, 7 o'clock to 7:30, and that the reservation will expire in 1 hour, so I should fill in my groceries."
Hey, nice.
And it gave me a screenshot for proof.
Wonderful. So it does that automatically.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And we're actually not reserving anything right now. We have commented out that code because we don't want to reserve some slots unnecessarily.
Right. But you have the code in there,
yeah,
which makes the reservation. Okay, good. So there, buds, you all saw how this code works. You've seen a runtime render. And I guess without further ado, do we just get started and start coding up?
I think we start making the code.
And we basically explain all the code structure and everything to the users.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's get
started.
started.
So I already have an open file right here.
Okay.
Where we will start coding.
So what's the first step? Are you going to import a whole bunch of libraries and modules and stuff?
Yeah, we're going to first import modules and make some settings for some servers.
Cool.
So we need Selenium, which of course allows us to control the web. And from Selenium, we need to import a WebDriver. Next, we will, from Selenium.WebDriver, this allows us to send keys to an input box in the web. So let's import time as well. And we also need to import SMTP lib.
So my understanding is the SMTP lib, it stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and it's a Python module that gives you functions to enable the client computer to talk to the host computer, to basically have email exchange between them. And then the next module you're importing is the SSL, which is for security. secure socket layer, I think. Yeah, so that gives you the ability to encrypt the email exchange. And then, of course, you have the OS, the operating system module, Python module, which is a common module. Cool.
Okay, so now from email.mime.multipart, we are importing mime multipart, and this allows us to attach text and images to our emails. And from there, we also need to get image and text.
Cool. All right, so I believe that's all the libraries and modules that you need.
Oh, and I forgot to make this capitalized.
Yes. Okay. All right, so now that's done. What's the next step? You're going to create some, like, what do you want to do next?
I want to create some variables for my passwords and accounts that I will need to sign out or sign in.
So what are the accounts that we are dealing with?
So we will need a Gmail account for the sender Gmail. We need the account and password, and we also need an HEB account to log into.
Got it.
So right now I put my accounts in a text file. So using OS, the OS module, I'm going to open text file.
Okay.
So I can just paste my code right here.
There you go. So maybe you can just explain it, what's happening. You're opening a file called hebaccounts.txt in read mode, and you're reading the whole file into a string, and you're splitting that with the \n, which is the line separator, end of line. So now sign-ins is actually an array.
Yeah.
And there are two elements currently in the array. The first element is your HEB email, :HEB password.
Yeah.
And then the second element in that array would be your sender Gmail,
sender password.
Cool. That's what you're extracting in the next two lines. All right, wonderful. So now you've got those two account informations. And of course, like, do you recommend the users or subscribers to sort of code it up this way into a separate file, or can they just like do something easier?
We're actually going to get into that right now. We'll show the code where these variables actually come into play.
Got it.
So now I'm going to make some settings for my SMTP server.
Okay. So you've got the port number and the server name, which is actually, I believe, your SMTP is your Gmail. Okay, Gmail server. Okay.
And this is the sender email, and I'm gonna define the receiver email right now.
Okay.
Which is actually gonna be sender because I want to send it to myself for now.
Hey Bert, so just a quick clarification for the benefit of our viewers. So basically, you are planning to have your program log into the SMTP Gmail server, and you will log in as yourself, and you would basically send an email, because this is for testing purposes, you'll just send an email to yourself. But in real world application, this email could be sent out to a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah.
So, and then you obviously send a whole bunch of, you'll send some information attached to that email.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, good.
So now I'm going to do the sender email password, which is just password.
Okay.
That will be sender pass.
All right.
Which is defined right here.
Cool.
So that's done for SMTP settings.
All right.
Now we need the path to a Chrome driver.
So I'm sure our viewers know about this, but the Chrome driver is just basically a driver for Chrome browser, and it's for controlling the web browser, basically.
Okay, so my Chrome driver is stored right here.
All right.
So I should be able to access it now.
And then you're going to create the Chrome driver next line. I see. That's what the plan is.
And for more details on this, I have other videos on Selenium that you can watch on our channel.
Cool.
Okay, so now that we have our browser initialized, let's go to our first page. So browser.get will allow us to navigate to our page.
And you just simply have to provide the HTTP address or the URL
Yeah.
to the page that you want to go to. In this case, I believe it will be the heb.com. Get some page in there.
I'm actually going directly to the login page
Okay. Yeah, cool.
so that it is easier for us.
All right. So there you go. So the bot, I mean the browser, the WebDriver browser, it takes you to that page. Now you're on that page. What do you do next there?
I feel like we should actually test it now just to make sure that it's working.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to save the code.
All right.
And in my Sublime text, I can just go to Tools and Build.
Interesting. So there you go. It fires up the browser, the WebDriver browser, fills in the URL at the address line, and it goes to the HTTP page.
Yep, that's all it does for now. So I'll just exit out.
Cool.
Okay,
So what's next now? You'll fill in the login information on that page to get into the account, into your HTTP account.
Yeah.
All right.
And to prevent the code from going too faster than how the page loads, I'm just gonna have a time.sleep for like 1 second.
All right.
And then from there, we need to find the input elements to input our HTTP account details.
Got it.
And should we actually show how to find and how to do that?
I believe we can show it. Definitely, yeah. Why not? I mean, they should.
Okay, so here we are trying to get an XPath for this input box.
Okay.
So that we can access it from our code.
So to
do that, we will right click.
Inspect.
We will press this button. And we need to look for an input tag. So here is our input tag. So we can just copy the XPath.
I see. Okay.
So from here we can just do browser.find element by XPath. And I'm putting it in single quotes because there are already double quotes in the XPath.
So there you go. So you've got the element by XPath. And once you have that,
we need to send keys to it. So I'll just do send keys.
Yeah.
And I'll do HEB ID, which is defined right here.
Got it. Yeah. So that's your ID going into the HEB login. And then you also do the same thing for the password?
Yeah. All right. So let me just get the XPath for the password box.
All right.
And I will paste it back in here.
Cool.
I will input our HEB pass.
All right, so there you go. So that's how you get into the account. Now that you're in the account, what will happen next?
Next, we have to press the submit key or the submit button.
Oh, okay. We're still not in the account. We've only filled out the HEB ID and the HEB pass, and then now you'll click the submit button.
Okay, so now we need to find another element by XPath. And we'll do a dot click this time.
Right.
So you can just go back to the login page, right click the login box. As you can see, it's another input.
Right. And you right click and then copy XPath. Then you come and paste it here. There you go.
I think now's a good time to test this.
All right. So that's the page. There's the email and the passcode entered. Now the login button should get clicked. And it did. So now it entered the account. So now that you're here, now which element do you want to find next?
Let it load. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we need to change our curbside store. So let's just click on this.
Yeah,
And then we can click on this.
got it, on the change
So
store.
let's right click this.
Inspect.
As you can see, I found a button.
Right.
You're always looking for links, input boxes, or input tags, or buttons. And we can do another browser.find element by XPath. Okay, so uh, actually, I just realized before we do this, there have been times where, do you remember where there would be something pop up here?
Oh, yeah.
And we need to click it.
Got it. And then that's an optional pop-up. So you have to click it away.
Yeah, some random times there's a pop-up that basically pops up and you have to press OK so that you can click the next button.
That is true. That is true.
So that's what we're gonna be doing first. But the only issue is I can't find the XPath if it doesn't pop up for me.
Which is fine. I mean, we'll just continue with this code and we'll build the solution. Later on, we can come and add it if we encounter that.
Okay, so we'll just skip that for now.
Yeah, we'll skip that part for now.
So this is the button that I need to click next.
This is for changing the store, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It allows us to access the button that changes the store.
Yes. So about that. And then you come here.
So this code
Yes.
will press this.
Yeah.
And then we need to press this.
So now you need to find the XPath for the change store.
Yeah.
Which is what you're doing now.
I found another button.
Okay, right.
So I'll do copy XPath. And I can just copy this code.
Exactly. There you go. You can XPath there. Did it copy?
Oh, I accidentally copied another thing.
Yeah, let's undo that.
Let me go get the XPath. There we go.
All right.
Should we test it or should we just keep continuing?
No, let's test it. So let's run it. It should take us all the way to change the store.
Yeah.
We're getting there. And there you go. Click on curbside. There you go. The program clicked on that. And now
I believe we also clicked the change store button already.
It did that.
So now we just need to enter a zip code in this input box.
And after you enter the zip code, then you press the search button again. So that's the two pieces that you have to do next.
Yeah. So let me just get this. Inspect. So I got this input box.
And will you clear it or something? Or?
Yeah. So if you noticed, there was already a zip code entered here.
Yes.
So we need to clear that and then start typing the next zip code.
Got it.
So okay. So here I'll put the XPath, and here we can just do a dot clear. And would this work, by the way, if we...
We can definitely give it a try, otherwise we'll put the second concatenated command on a different line.
Should we test it?
Yeah, this is called command chaining, by the way. In various languages it is supported. You can offer a command, and once the command comes back, the next command gets chained up. But let's see, which is what you're attempting to do here, the command chaining. Let's see how it works.
And I guess we got an error.
Okay, so the chaining doesn't work. So let's just, right? Send keys, it doesn't work. Clear came back, but send key doesn't work. So just put it out in a separate line.
Yeah. So instead, I will have to put this element into a variable. So I'll do zip code enter.
Yeah.
I'll call it zip code input.
Oh,
And here we'll first clear it and then we will send the keys,
right.
which is 78741.
So that's the zip code that's closest to us. And for other folks, they can enter their own zip code.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the idea. Cool. Okay. So this will return back the closest store location.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're going to test next.
Right now it's just gonna type the zip code, but next we will get the XPath for the search button.
Oh, yeah, there's a button that needs to be clicked. Search button. Okay.
And there we go. We saw a pop up.
That was the one that you were talking about
Yeah.
earlier. Okay, so now I guess we go back and fix that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, let's do that.
So we go back and address that issue.
We need to do it. Now we need to find out where we did it. I think it should be here because that's after logging in.
Right. Do you suppose we should add some comments here just to sort of help out the process? Maybe we can do that here.
So from here it's logged in, so I'll just say
logged in. Yeah. And then this is for optional.
This is the optional pop-up that happens.
Maybe you can add a comment there, hash optional pop-up. There you go.
It's not actually really optional because it happens randomly, so you have to put it in.
Right. I mean, by optional, we mean like if it comes up, then you clear it away. If it doesn't come up, then there's no need to clear it away.
Okay, so for this, we're actually going to do a try except.
All right.
So we'll try to make a pop button variable. And we need to get the XPath. So let's see if we can get that pop-up to happen again. So I'll just comment this for now.
So this. Oh, there you go. No, it did. Yeah.
So
okay,
it's fine,
now
it's
you can
fine.
find. So now you can find that.
Okay, so we just need to get this OK button, and then we'll just copy the XPath. And let me close these Chrome browsers.
So for for the users and the subs who are watching us, basically we kind of laughed because for a moment we felt that the optional pop-up was not coming up again, and but it did. So
okay. What we're doing here is we're gonna try to
find the
click the pop-up button, and we put it under a try because that pop-up it doesn't happen all the time.
And if it doesn't happen, it'll throw an exception because it won't be able to find the pop-up.
So we'll do an except, but we don't really want anything to happen if it doesn't work, so we'll just do pass.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So that takes care of the issue. If there's a pop-up, then you will try to find the pop-up and click it away. And in case there is no pop-up, then there is nothing to find, which will throw an exception and you will pass that exception. Oh, that's a clever solution. I like that solution.
Okay, so let's test it.
Yeah.
And then we can do
Next
we can
one.
get the XPath for the search button.
All right. So it's logged in. So we did not get the we did not get the pop-up this time.
Yeah.
But
So there we go. It we pressed that button. It did it quite quick, so we couldn't really tell. But we pressed the change store button and it inputted our zip code.
right.
And now we just need to press this button.
All right. Let's find out.
And in a later video, we might even show you how to make this code run by itself at a certain time.
Oh, you mean you're thinking of setting up crontab?
Yeah, Crontab is the
It's that.
software for Mac. And
No, actually, you have crontab for other operating systems also.
really?
Or yeah,
Oh.
you do. So, but yeah, I mean,
But is it specifically Crontab?
I know there are other mechanisms, but crontab is one mechanism that is found on. I mean, I've seen it on both Windows and Mac. And with crontab, of course, you can schedule programs or scripts in our case to run at scheduled times of the day and the week. So yeah, we'll do that. In fact, we've already done we've done a video in the past to show how crontab works. Yeah. Anyway, so that's for future. We might do a video showing how to crontab it. But for now, you're finding the search button.
Yeah, and clicking it.
And clicking it. Okay. Maybe you can add a comment here that after you click it, where do we go?
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out. There we go. So, it'll take you to the local store information.
So for now, we're just gonna actually select the first one
Okay, got it.
because that's what we want.
Yes.
So we'll just press this button.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So let's get this button. And let's click that. Oh, I made the same mistake again.
Oh wait, you lost the expand.
Yeah,
No,
I did
no,
another copy.
no big deal. Not a big deal. All right. Maybe you can add a hash there for a comment that this takes us to that. Just so we remember for next time. Here's another small comment there. It takes us to the selected store.
Yeah.
Or the selected location or something like that.
Okay.
Cool.
That should be good.
And yeah, we don't need to test it, right? We can just go on to the next one.
Oh, I need to press enter. Okay.
So maybe we can go click on this. And
okay, so when we okay, I need to run it again.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting really close now, right? We've kind of got a selected store location come up.
I say we're halfway now.
Yeah, we're probably more than halfway.
From here, we just need to do the checking, reserving, and then sending the email.
That's optional button. That's optional.
I think we just ran into an error.
But let's see where the error is. So time to debug. Line 54. Line 54. So
Unable to locate such button.
Which button is it?
This button.
Okay. Do we have the right XPath? Maybe we need to fix that XPath.
Oh, the XPath, it changed. And actually, I've made this code before.
Okay.
And this has happened to me. But I solved it by making a delay here.
Okay.
And for some reason that just worked.
Oh, okay, good.
I think there's like a delay that determines what elements pop up.
I see. Okay. Okay, we are going to be testing it again now. Going to the hab.com page, entering the login credentials, entered, and it didn't enter the complete zip code.
Hmm.
Why would that be?
I'm thinking it's because
Some time delay more? You
I
need
feel
more
like
delay?
the page isn't loading fast enough
I
today.
see, yeah.
So I feel like I'll just paste a lot of these.
No, it just increased. Oh, yeah, okay. You mean like in between the commands?
Yeah.
I guess, okay. So the page is still loading up, and you tell the Chrome driver to go and send some keys to the input button. That's where, and then it moves up again.
Yeah,
I
so
see.
I made a delay between every action.
Okay, so that,
It will be slower, but you have to adapt it towards your network connection.
okay, let's go give it a whirl. Let's see how this one works. All good so far. Nice. So I see the right zip code there. And line number 64. Do we have a...
Element is not interactable.
Okay, let's see what happened here. Element not interactable. So scroll back up. Let's see where it got killed. Line 64.
Oh, it's this button. Wait, is it this?
Line 64. That's what it says. Was it able to find the element? Can you...
It's this button, right?
Right.
Let me check if the XPath might be messed up. No, it's a different XPath.
Okay.
I put the wrong XPath here.
All right. So with the XPath fixed.
Okay, so this time it led us here.
So it went to the store.
Yeah.
And for that store, it's showing us all the slots for today, tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Excellent.
Yeah, so now we can work on the part where it checks all the slots to see if it's full or not.
All right. So now we are at a point where we are on a web page where we have a selected store details showing up. So the next part is to basically go to that page and extract out all the user information. So let's continue. Hey, Bud, tell me one thing. I was thinking since the video's gotten too long and we've kind of shown them a lot of details, line by line, how to navigate through the pages by using XPath and clicking through, should we just bring in the rest of the code and sort of walk our users through the code? That'll make it faster and easier, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that's a good idea.
Okay,
So
so
let's do that. So let's start on our next chunk, which is to loop over these slots and see if they are full or not. So here is our code that will do that.
all right.
So let's begin with the first two lines. So day slot is finding a parent divider holding all of these button slots. And from there, we are finding elements by tag name from day slots. So keep in mind of this because we're not doing browser.find, we're doing day slot stuff, and which will find the elements only from the day slots element.
So you got all the buttons now.
Yeah.
Basically. Then
So
what next?
these are going to be the time and day that we will extract later. And so at the loop, we're going to loop over day slots.
You're looking at each button, basically.
Yeah.
Each of the buttons. So for the first button, what do you do?
So for the first button, I'm making a full check variable.
Yes.
And for the first button, I'm finding an element from the first button by class name. And it's called picker day, no slots available. and this class name refers to this full icon right here.
Okay.
So I'm going to find that, and just for you to know that this full icon is there whether or not the slot is available or not.
Okay.
So if it's available, it won't show the full icon, but it's actually there.
Okay.
So to tell if it's being displayed or not, we're doing if full check has the attribute style. And if it does have the attribute style, that means it's not being displayed.
So it means basically all that means is that the slot is available, right?
Yeah.
And if the slot is available, then you want to extract the day and the time.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is what you are doing in the next lines here.
So extract day and time.
All right. So wonderful. So, okay.
So here I'm just clicking on the button so that I can select it.
Okay.
And
So
I also break the loop if I do find a slot.
Slot available.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And if you don't find the slot available, you just print that it's full.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go to the next button and the next button and the next button.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
So this hashed out code is for booking. We have it hashed out because we don't want to actually reserve a slot. We don't want to unnecessarily reserve a slot while testing.
Okay.
So here we just click on this schedule curbside button.
Oh, I see. So this commented out line, it's basically meant to click schedule curbside.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Which you obviously don't want to do because you don't want to unnecessarily make bookings. But that's how it will work. So what next? So now that you've basically optionally scheduled an available slot, what do you do next now?
So next, actually before next, I have just realized that if it doesn't find a slot and it tries to click on this, then it's probably not going to work because you can't click on this anyways.
Right. So that's fine.
So that's where an error could happen, right?
No, there won't be any error.
Oh.
It'll basically, it's nothing. You're trying to click on it, but there's nothing.
Because
it won't be able to find the button, I guess. It won't be able to find the XPath.
Yeah, so I was thinking if you want, you can try putting a try and accept.
Yes.
And that's an easy thing to implement.
Yes, that is true.
But to continue on, we need to send the email showing the status.
So go back to the page, the web page. So basically at this point, what do you want to do? You want to take a screenshot of this page?
Yeah.
And then take the screenshot, and then obviously you got some information whether you found a slot available or not, and you'll sort of put these things together and you email it out to the receiver.
Yep.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm going to cut this part, by the way.
All right.
Okay, so this is the next chunk where we will take the screenshot and email the status.
All right.
So to take a screenshot, we just have save screenshot, and we're saving it as screenshot.png.
Oh, so okay, let me take over. All right. So now that we've got the screenshot saved, what do we do next? So what we have to do next is we're going to create. So first, we basically read in the ping file, the screenshot.png file, and look at the mode in which it's read. It's read in byte mode because it's a binary file. So we read that file into a variable called img_data, and then after that we are creating a MIME multipart object, and we are assigning to the handle called MSG, the message. So this message is an object. Now, this being an object, we have to fill out information inside this object. So information like the subject field, which is our HTTP status, the from, the to, which are the emails, the sender emails. And then the next information that we want to assemble is we want to assemble the text field. Now, if there was no open day, then we are saying that the text says, sorry, all slots are full. If there was an open day, then we are saying that, hey, but I've booked a slot for such and such day and such time. And there's some more information like the reservation will expire
in 1 hour.
So we assemble that information into this variable called text. And then look at the next line number 111. We are saying the object, message object, we are attaching this text field to the message object. So our text information has gotten attached to the message object. And now let's turn our attention to the image. Remember, we had saved the screenshot.png image file. What we do is we take that information and we sort of send it to the MIME image, and then now we've got an image handle, and we attach that image handle to the message object. So now at line 113, after line 113, we've got a message object fully assembled. It's got the image file and it's also got the text information. Now, at this point, what we have to do is I'm creating a secure SSL context on line 118, and then I'm using the simple mail transfer protocol library server object, SMTP server, and I'm basically populating fields inside the server object. The interesting is basically the EHLO is basically, do we still have that page open? Well, EHLO is extended hello command. So these are SMTP commands basically: start TTLS, EHLO, login, send mail. They are these commands, and you can obviously go to Google for more information. Just type in SMTP commands, and you'll get those commands. So, but we are not going to go into details there. So just focus on line 123. We are saying server.login, and we are providing the Gmail credentials, the email, and the password. So now that we log in, and after we log in the server, we say, hey, server, send an email. And when we use that command called send email, we have to provide it the sender email, the receiver email, and the message object, which we already assembled all the way before line 113. So this is the command where we're asking the server to send this email, and after that, the email should be sent out, and we just sort of wait a little bit. We wait a second on line 128, and then we quit the browser web driver. So that's how the code structure works. What do you think, Bud? All good?
Yeah.
All right. So did we already show? Oh, we already showed a runtime render at the beginning, where the email was received with the status and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So should we? Are we at a point where we can wrap up the video today?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Excellent. So thank you. First of all, thank you, Bud, for coming aboard and writing this wonderful program. And hopefully our viewers had fun and they know some more Python, some more Selenium, and as a result of today's video. So, all right, birds, thank you all for joining. Till next time. Ciao.